Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Trial by Magus. Today I am going to be covering the final plane that I acquired from the Warcache event personally. There's several other Wings of the Warcache planes out there that others acquired through the event, but I already had them previously. So this is the last one for me. This right here is the Mitsubishi Ki-33 light fighter. This is a fighter that was produced by Mitsubishi to compete for the Imperial Japanese Army's primary fighter from the period of 1935 to 1940. This competed with models from Kawasaki on Nakajima. The Nakajima model won out due to greater maneuverability than the other models. Taking a look at the Mitsubishi model here, though, she looks very similar to the other Tier 3 Mitsubishi fighter, the A5M, which was used on Japanese carriers. This right here is very similar to the A5M, except because it does not have the extra equipment on it required by a carrier-launched fighter, it is even faster and more maneuverable than the A5M, which is regarded as a dogfighter of ridiculous quality already. So the Ki-33 here is just more of what you get in the A5M. Battle characteristics for this fighter. She has a pair of 7.7mm machine guns that fire synchronized through the prop there. You can see just above the pistons. They fire in between here and here. And that's all she has forward. She doesn't carry any bombs, rockets, anything like that. Everything about this aircraft was focused on increased speed and improved handling. Now, the detriment to that is that she doesn't respond to being taken to higher altitudes very well. In fact, her altitude ceiling is the lowest I've seen for Tier 3 monoplane fighters. She also is very, very flimsily built, and that's even for a Japanese aircraft. She has very low hit points, so enemy aircraft that are armed with cannons or tail guns can prove to be problematic for this aircraft if you stay in zones of damage for very long with her. Tactics you want to use in this thing, well, Japanese aircraft, as I've said before, really benefit from having a wingman. So does every aircraft in this game, but it's really evident here because you need to keep your own tail clear, and you need someone keeping an eye out for you, because if you take 2 seconds worth of damage in this aircraft, it's enough to pop your wing off or just destroy your health pool entirely. So you got to have eyeballs in the back of your head or someone watching your backside for you when you're flying this thing. Weaknesses already covered. It's flimsy and she won't go high. So if you don't want to fight one of these things, you don't have to. You can always climb up and away from it and try to ambush it later. Always try to get these things at a disadvantage, because if one of these gets on your tail, it doesn't matter even if you're in an F3F biplane, you're not going to shake it off by yourself. Other ways to counter this aircraft, a heavily armored, high health attack aircraft with a tail gunner is almost free to just drive in a straight line, continue bombing ground targets, and ignore this thing, because its tail gunner will be doing almost as much damage as the Ki-33's forward-firing machine guns put into it. The Ki-33 is meant to counter other fighter aircraft. It's not really well designed for taking on something that is heavily armored and well defended by defensive guns. Now, I've already got a bunch of marks on this thing because I tested it a bit back in closed beta, and those marks did carry over. Immediately after getting this aircraft, I took her out for a battle with Alex Van Dross as my wingman, also known as Sky Whale Express. We had a great battle, good fun on the El Haluf map, and we ran into Ace Ballistic Cosmo of Warhawks, who happened to be in a heavily armored, well-defended attacker, and just gave me fits at the end of the battle. Well fought, Ace. Let's see how that went. Good hunting.